Good evening, family. This is the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. I am your moderator, Ebony Lofton, and tonight the fellas will be discussing this weekend's sports. There's a lot of storylines. They'll also be discussing their choices for Hall of Fame replacements, and we'll have a special Rust rant of the week. Fred, Mo, Jonathan, Ron, let's get into it. What's up? What's up, fellas?
What's
How
up?
are you?
Hey,
What's going on?
What's up?
what he do?
It's
good with you?
Wednesday.
What's up, fellas?
What's going
What's
on?
good,
How y'all
Fred
doing?
Day K?
All right. I see you, Evan, looking like a young Evelyn Champagne King.
And she put him on anyway.
Hey.
85 Evelyn
That's why we don't
Champagne
answer
King.
questions right there.
Exactly, Jay. Hey, Jay. Next time she asks us, just be like, do whatever you want.
I know,
What's
man.
I
up?
decided to go with the
She asks his opinion. What's her name?
You tell us
Well,
to put on, you want
family.
to put on the glasses, take off the glasses. What you
Oh
want?
my gracious!
Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much, family, for being with us here tonight. You could be anywhere in the world, and you're right here with the No Cap Sports Show podcast, where sports and convos collide. We have to remind you that if you want to join tonight's conversation, it's going to be juicy. Please don't hesitate to give us a call. It's 1-800-51-NO-CAP. That's 800-516-6227. Okay, so fellas, this weekend has been very, 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 very busy. So much going on. Okay, we've got John Gruden, former coach, I guess now, of the Raiders. We've got baseball playoffs going. I totally picked the Yankees. I guess not. We we've got hockey season is even starting. There's so much going on. What are your top three storylines for the past weekend?
Hey, guys, look here, man. I ain't want to bring up just one storyline, man, but, because I know y'all going to kill me. You can take me off, Ebony, and put everybody else on it, because I want to make sure I see their faces as well. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Alabama lost. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, unroll your tide, man. God damn, man. I thought we was going undefeated, man. Shit. Excuse my French, y'all. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Alabama finally went down, man. So Nick Saban finally lost to one of his assistants. I guess he's 24-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this. Texas A&M came to play. I give them mad credit.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I was totally disappointed in my mob, and I've been actually disappointed with them. Pretty much outside of the Miami game. One thing that I don't like about us in terms of offensively, defensively, we lack intensity throughout the whole entire game. Right? I look at Georgia and I look at them. You know what I'm saying? No matter if they up, down, whatever it is, they maintain that same type intensity throughout the whole entire game. You know what I'm saying? As if they're losing by 14 or what have you. We don't. It's like we come on the field and we just, hey, yeah, we Alabama. This is what we do all day, every day. But yeah, man, missed tackles, missed assignments, bad communication in secondary. Does that sound familiar? Bad communication in secondary. You got 2 turnovers in the red zone. You guys know I'm not big on Pete Golden, our defensive coordinator. Haven't been for quite some time. But to his credit, I'm not going to put all the blame on him. I'm put the blame on the players itself or whatever. But yeah, that's my first storyline. Second storyline. again, I hate to bring this up, guys. I hate to bring this up. I hate to keep, what I'm saying, hitting the horse with the ass with the same damn thing over and over again. But I told you guys, and I told you guys via text, right? In the beginning, I don't even have, I'm not going to have any play the clip or whatever. The Washington football team defense is some shit. They can't cover. They can't tackle. They can't do nothing right defensively at all. I know my big bro Ron said, "Hey man, hey look, get patience. Just wait, patience. Let's give it to week 7, bro. It's week 5, man. I don't see nothing.
Well, I already conceded, you know that.
I know. I got to let the world hear it and stuff like that, bro. I know you have, man. I just want to put it out there in the airwaves, man. But yeah, we some shit. We can't stop nothing, man. We can't do nothing. I don't know, man. I'm pretty much looking at a top 10 draft pick, bro. I'm already conceding, man. I don't see you can't change throughout the rest of the season in terms of a defensive scheme, or if find a defensive coordinator would be wrong, So I don't know in terms of that. Last but not least, let's talk about it. We all watched the fight this weekend, right? Tell me your thoughts about it.
I did not watch it.
You didn't watch the
storyline.
No, I was.
That's one of your storylines too.
Yeah.
Jay Will. Oh, Jay Will's gone. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be back up.
Here's the problem, man. They say that they basically said that fight was a trilogy. Mm-hmm. It's not a trilogy. Okay, when you have a trilogy like a Arturo Gatti or a Mickey Ward or something like that, or Mark Antonio Barrera, or Eric Morales, that's a trilogy or what have you. Or even a Muhammad Ali and a Frazier, that's a trilogy. This shit wasn't no trilogy. If you want to be totally honest, if you want me to be totally honest with you, Fury won all 3 damn fights. He won the first fight. Okay, it shouldn't have even been a draw. So I mean, that's that. In terms of my thoughts on Deontay Wilder, man, look here. He need to go to boxing school 101. All he relies on is that one hitter quitter. Okay, the uppercut was there. He had Fury plenty times. He had plenty of opportunities or what have you. He wasted those opportunities. He had uppercuts. The jab that he tried to utilize or what have you in the first couple of rounds, what have you, it seemed like he was uncomfortable using it. It seemed it's just unorthodox to him in terms of that. Then I'm asking myself, okay, why did you fire your first trainer? Why did you do that? Because I don't see really much of a difference than your first trainer than the trainer that you currently have right now, unless you need an enabler. Other than that, I don't know, man. Me personally, I think it's the end for him, for real. So you can't you can't tell the old dog new tricks or what have you at the end of the day, man. But those are my storylines right now. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Shout out to Marcus Elliott, man. How about them Cowboys?
Man.
How about them?
Oh, gracious.
Yeah, how about them?
Come on, Marcus.
My storylines go like this. I'm gonna go a different direction with Deontay Wilder. Was he a perfect fighter? No. But for my generation, this is your 35 to 18 crowd, right? That's like the best heavyweight we've seen, especially African American. It's been a long time since we had a heavyweight that was like that. You'd have to go back to maybe Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. We've had the Floyds, Riddick Bowe. Yeah. We've had the Floyds. We've had the Roy Joneses of the world, the Winky Wrights. But heavyweights, he brought the juice back to the sport. He brought the eyes back to the sport. And for one, I'm a little sad to see him go, because like I said, it's the end of an era. He just ran into a better boxer at the end of the day. And when you go back and you look at Tyson Fury's career and the fighters that he's fought, he may go down as one of the best fighters of all time. When you talk about beating the Klitschko brother, you talk about beating what was considered to be an unstoppable force in the Bronx Bomber. I'm just sad to see Deontay Wilder probably have to go out on the shield. It really ain't no coming back from that. That was one of my storylines. The next one I'm going to move into is at the beginning of the year, we made predictions about breakout players, about players with pressure. And one of those players, with two of the players that we brought up, I personally brought up Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. You guys said that. And then my breakout player was Justin Hubert. They all balling right now. Lamar Jackson looked like he
Yes.
gonna get right to that bag. Justin Hubert looked like the best thing right now smoking. And Dak is showing no pressure, man. When, like I said, when you get that bag, it take a lot of pressure off your plate. Because even if you fuck it up, you still got the church's money. So
Yes.
I just like to point that out, But a lot of times when we bring this up, I don't want people to get it twisted. We want all these brothers to get their bag. Every player we talk about, we just stating the obvious, And then my last point, we got to talk about John Gruden. John Gruden, it just something just felt a little off with John Gruden for a long time. You like, man, for one, he ain't that good of a coach. And then you look at his track record, you like, who has he really put on? What player can you point to and say, man, that's a John Gruden player right there, or that's a John Gruden team right there? I know we all felt that way, but I'm gonna put something on y'all mind that y'all might not even be thinking about. I think John Gruden has been this way for a long time, and we just didn't pay attention to it, right?
Absolutely.
So every time it's time for a big time African American to get to that bag, he had a problem with him. When it was time to pay Keyshawn, he had a problem with him. He was good enough to get you to the Super Bowl, but when it was time to pay him according to his talents, now all of a sudden we got a problem. He lazy. Warren Sapp, man, that dude carried you, Hall of Famer. Now we got a problem. You get to Oakland or Las Vegas or LA or wherever they was at the time. Now you see Khalil Mack is intimidating. Amari Cooper, intimidating. And it's time to pay them according to your level. They would have been more, they'd have got more money than you. And now you got a problem. You didn't replace Amari. Khalil Mack is a top 5 pass rusher. You can't really replace him in the draft. So your actions will always speak louder than words. I don't care what he said in those emails. His actions dictated to me that he's been feeling this way. I don't want you to tell me how good I am. Pay me according to my talents. So that's my thoughts for this week, fellas. Oh, those were my storylines. Lamar Jackson, Dak balling, Deontay Wilder going out on the shield, and John Gruden ain't shit. So that was my storyline.
Very well said, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, well, my first storyline is definitely Alabama. I've been on Fred pretty tough this year. I was just a week late because remember, I do stand corrected. Remember, I thought Ole Miss was going to give him something. They just handled Ole Miss, like it wasn't nothing. But let me go a different route. This is the first non-conference loss for Nick Saban since 2007. Let me say that again. The first non-conference loss since 2007. That's when he was his first year at Alabama when he was head coach. They lost to UL Monroe. Bruh, that's one of those legendary things where, like the Patriots, won their division, 18 out of 20 years? 19 out of 20, something like that? That's legendary. Those are the type things when you say, for me, because I'm 51 years old, I'll never see that again in this life, in my lifetime. Because you got to do that consistently over 12 to 13 years. And it's the same thing with Kansas City. Which leads me to my second storyline. Let's talk about them Chiefs, okay? I don't know what it is. I don't know if Pat Holmes doing too many commercials or what. But let's talk about that. See, because during our very first episode, remember I fell off when we was talking about who we like to win the division. So I didn't have the Chiefs. I had the Chargers, And this is all going back to, and I think we talked about this on text last year when they started calling Patrick Mahomes the baby goat. Kansas City would be the second coming of New England. Wrong. And I said this last year. A 20-year run? You're like, man, bro, it's hard to do it for 6 straight years, for 5 straight years. There will never be another New England. Maybe 20, 30 years from there, because history always repeats itself. But Kansas City is in a lot of trouble. And don't come to D.C. next week and let this Washington football team beat you. Because if you do, you're in a lot of trouble. I doubt if it'll happen. Hey, but listen, man. Hey, listen. And I'm going to tell you something, Kansas City fan. I don't want to hear nothing about your injuries. Everybody has injuries. All teams deal with injuries. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand that your injuries are to, some of your superstar players. Tyreek Hill's banged up a little bit. The running back, he's out. I think Kelsey's banged up a little bit. So like I said, that's just the nature of the business. Number 3, Mr. Jon Gruden. The thing that disturbed me the most about that is today when I was prepping for the show and I saw how white America starting to turn this into race now. Okay. I saw a lot of reports, people on Twitter. Now all of a sudden it's, well, what about Warren Sapp? Why don't you take him out of the Tampa Bay Bucks ring around? Whoa, this ain't about Warren Sapp. And from what I could see from everybody's social media handle that was on Twitter, it was mostly white people making these comments. I had a friend, I have a friend who I follow, and he came up with, and I love when people do this because basically all they're doing is telling on themselves.
Right.
He said, listen, I know what Jon Gruden did. Definitely, I mean, make no mistake about it. What he did was absolutely unacceptable, but no. We're not gonna do but. Because now what you're saying is you don't believe what he did was wrong because you put a but in it. And guess what his but was? And he was wrong. He didn't fact check himself. But I remember Warren Sapp and Keyshawn Johnson. Why didn't they say this before? They were all like they were his buddies when they won the Super Bowl. Wrong. Keyshawn has never said anything highly about Jon Gruden. Now Warren Sapp did because Warren Sapp endorsed him going to the Raiders once he went back. Like he came out spoke, he was like, yeah, man, the Raiders will be back in a good place, But Keyshawn's always been consistent because the year they won the Super Bowl, that very next year he made Keyshawn's life a living hell. Because remember, they deactivated Keyshawn the last 6 years. The last 6 games of the year, and they paid him. And not only that, the very next year, Rich McKay rolled out. Who's the general manager? He rolled out because of Jon Gruden. And let me say this lastly. I don't know if you guys remember, but I heard somebody say, so I went on YouTube and I checked it. When Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl, John McKay held up. The general managers are the ones that usually hold up the trophy, correct? At the Super Bowl presentation. Jon Gruden snatched it out of his hand and held it up like, yeah, me. Like usually the GM gives it to the coach. Now, Jon Gruden said, let me get that up off you and put the shine on me.
Gave it to Tony Dungy, for real, but I'm not going to say that.
There you go. Okay. Well, yeah, well, if that's the case, then Dallas should have gave that ring in '96 to Jimmy Johnson.
Fact. Hey, you hear no complaints from me.
Right. And Steve Kerr, let Mark Jackson get that. But anyway, that's a topic for a whole nother story. But yeah, man, I just don't like, I just didn't like the fact that now all of a sudden it's, then I start seeing them talking about Michael Pittman. Well, he has domestic violence. Bro, this is not about.
Yeah, but that's what happened.
Exactly. And you know what? I wasn't even going to bring this Jon Gruden thing up, but that was the thing that kind of pissed me off the most. Social media. Now it's all of a sudden it's becoming a race thing. So those are my top 3 storylines. Real quick. Let me say this about Alabama. This is the part I don't like about. Now Alabama's number 5, right?
Right. We won't lose again.
Iowa, Cincinnati, all those teams, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What a joke. Because of the parity in the league, and I get it. If Alabama plays Cincinnati and Iowa right now, they beat them both by 64 points in the national champ, but they're the number 5 team in the country. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You had to move them back because they lost. They would punish Iowa and Cincinnati.
It's okay. Yeah, but you know what though, bro? To your point, like I said, it's all good. We just, you know what? And actually, if you want to look at it, that I'm looking at it in a from a positive aspect. It's actually probably the best thing that could possibly happen to us.
You got that right.
They probably smell themselves and stuff like that.
You know, he probably let them have it in practice this week.
Damn right. You know, they let them have it. Thinking that they're invincible and stuff like that. So this is the best thing that could possibly happen to them. Now we'll see when we play Mississippi State this week, because Mississippi State has a somewhat of a high octane offense. So
they're gonna beat the crap out of Mississippi State.
I expect us to. And I expect us to win. I expect us to win the rest of our games and get ready for Georgia in terms of the actual championship. So we'll see about that. We lose that game, we out. but we win.
Yeah,
We both can
Yeah.
possibly. You could possibly have two SEC teams.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? In the
That's true.
In the playoffs. So
That's true.
we'll definitely see, but we can't lose anymore.
That's right. That's very
If
true.
that happens, you should have to.
Right. Exactly, bro. So
Sure.
yeah, but like in terms of this this just John Gruden stuff, Mo, you said something, man. You said it so eloquently well. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you know, but what I am surprised about is these damn emails and stuff like that. Who the fuck does that, man? we talk to each other every day, all day via text and stuff. I ain't sending no damn email in terms of what the hell we talking about, man. Hell no.
That was careless. That
That
was
was
careless.
No,
But
that's
that
Boy,
white
that was
privilege.
careless, bro.
No, that's white privilege,
That's
right?
exactly-
I could send this shit and nobody who gonna say something.
Yeah, exactly. I wish somebody would say something. And you know, and who's the ringleader of that? Bruce Allen. Come on, man. I mean, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, man. So
Hey, how you pronounce my man's name from Amazon? Last name Bezos?
yeah,
Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Hey, just wait your turn, buddy. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, wait your turn because it is coming to purchase this watch. I'm gonna see how bad you want to buy this Washington football team.
Wait a minute,
Arlen Harper
because
said
that was my
NFL needs to release the rest.
Huh?
Yeah,
I said Arlen Harper said NFL needs to release the rest.
Shout
Look
out
at-
to
let me-
I
Arlen.
doubt that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Arlen,
They should.
I
They
agree.
should.
They should, Arlen. But let me tell you something. Little bro. It ain't happening.
Ain't happening.
Okay, I actually said that in a
Yeah,
in
your
a Facebook
about
post
that.
earlier
Mhm.
today, man. Look here. The NFL.
The
itself
owners
is a
ain't getting
secret
no
so-
smoke.
Exactly, it's a secret society. And if
Right.
you try I wish you would try to investigate Dan Snyder. Do you know Dan Snyder will have their ass? He has dirt on probably about half of the owners in that damn
That's a
league.
good point.
And they don't want
Right.
that smoke at all.
That's a good
Bottom
point.
line.
Right.
So they will sweep that. I mean, it's a secret society. They will protect each other at all costs. Trust me. Do the NFL like or love Dan Snyder? Hell no, because
They need to
they
sell that
lose
team.
revenue with him.
You sell that
He
team.
has made the Washington football team a mockery over
Sell
the
that
past
team.
25 years.
Yes, he has.
But at the same time, it's a you know, come on, man. It's it's a get along, go along league, man. at
Get
the end of the
along,
day.
go along,
Come on,
and get
man. Doesn't
along.
that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But-
Go
I'm
along
sorry,
and
real
get
quick
along.
though, real
No,
quick.
I was
this-
just gonna say Ron is on something because I said this years ago. You all know that Jeff Bezos, besides Amazon coming to Northern Virginia, like he purchased a residence in DC.
Yeah.
I've called this like months ago that he will be the major owner.
Called it last year.
Yeah, of the Washington football team. Dan was on his way out.
Year.
anyway,
Yes,
but-
sir. He got plenty of money. That's a drop in the bucket.
Oh my
Even though
God.
it sounds crazy, he can definitely afford that team.
If he can go to Mars, he can buy the Washington football. I'm just,
right?
motherfucker went about a whole spaceship and shit. but check this out though. Like people give Jerry Jones a lot of flack. Somewhat, you know, it's validity to it. But his product on the field and why people think Cowboys fans are delusional is because they've been average, right? But Dan Snyder keep getting a pass. The Washington football team has been below average and substandard in that same window of
He don't
time.
get no pass, dog. We get raked through the coals in the media. Trust
But
me.
from the national media, they give them slight. They just started
You think
catching
so?
up to it.
Yeah, right,
Just,
right.
Just,
Okay, I
just
get what you're
recently,
saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Coming
before then, it was Jerry got a yacht. Jerry this. Jerry done put people in the Hall of Fame. He got
Yeah.
3 Super Bowl rings. Don't forget that now.
Right.
It happened a long time ago, but them 3 Super Bowl rings
Right.
was on his watch.
But some of that he brings on himself because during the summer he always trying to sell us about how good they're gonna be, and that's another thing. He's always selling us about.
But
He's
then
telling us
he-
who's
he-
going.
He's a salesman, though. He's a salesman, Ron.
Right.
Hey,
So
wait a minute.
Wait a
right. But
minute.
all I'm saying is, I mean, hey, you put yourself out there. You selling the team, then you turn around and 7-9 or 8-8. I mean, hey, you put yourself out there.
Lord have
But
mercy.
Ron, but here's the thing, though, right? At the end of the day, he's a salesman. He's
Oh, of course.
everybody. And guess who's buying it? ESPN,
Of course.
Fox Sports,
Yeah.
NFL Network.
He's also a
Every
football
time
guy
he comes
too.
around, absolutely. Not
Jerry Jones is a football owner. Like he's a football guy.
And he is, and he's
Right.
he's a shrewd businessman. I
Oh,
have
yes,
mad
sir.
respect for the guy. No
Yes,
matter
sir.
how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys, at the end of the day, I ain't stupid. The fact of the matter is, like I said, he's a shrewd business guy with a strong business acumen, and I give him that, man. So
And my last point, Fred, Dan Snyder don't even give a fuck about his players. Y'all got the
No.
worst field in the league.
well, we got a
Oh.
new field. We got a new field. We did get a new field.
That field
To
is
his credit,
terrible.
Yeah,
Seriously,
to-
the first game, everybody was slipping. That's how Fitzpatrick hurt himself. That field is fucking awful.
RG3 too. You would think
God.
he would have fixed it at the RG3, right?
Listen,
Whoa,
and
whoa,
they
whoa, whoa,
did
whoa. The
try,
RG3
but-
came against Baltimore against Holy Nada.
Nah, he-
Hello,
I thought it was at home. It wasn't
It was
at
in
he-
Baltimore.
he
It was in
did it at
Baltimore.
home
It
at
was
first, I
home.
thought.
It was home.
It was home?
Yeah.
It was at home.
It was bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
the
exacerbated
AP
it at home.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
at the game. It was
Didn't AP happen at y'all stadium when he
Yeah.
tore his joint up?
Oh, yeah, Adrian
Yes,
Peterson.
he
That's
did.
right.
Yeah,
That's right. We
It's
played with
been a
Minnesota.
lot
That's
of
right.
people
You're right.
torn up
like
the ACLs
Philadelphia
Right.
Veterans Stadium, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
I lost Michael Irvin to that damn stadium.
Exactly, bro.
And they were clapping. I remember. I watched that game. They were clapping when they took him off the field too. The Philly fan.
Ebony, what did you have to say about? What was you about to say about John Gruden? You had some
Well,
thoughts
the
on
one
it.
thing, oh, so here's my only other thought. First of all, like you said, cousin, once you put something out in the universe, I don't even care if it was like AOL days. Like, it's out there. Even a text for real is out there. But what drives me nuts is Bruce Allen. So you weren't checking this dude all the time. So he's just sending one-sided emails, and you were appalled by it. So clearly there is participation, is my point. And with Bruce Allen and whoever else he was sending these sentiments to, it's unfortunate. The good
it was
thing
like-
is, you know what? Everybody is now put on blast. So, hey,
Yeah, Bruce Allen, sending Washington football team new picks or something like that? Or it was bikini. I'm
Of the
like,
cheerleaders.
that hard up. I mean,
Washington football team cheerleaders, bro.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's,
God, that's
it-
crazy.
it-
That's so
as a
embarrassing, bro.
Right. As a Washington
That's so
football team
85.
fan, it's embarrassing, man. It
is, man.
embarrassing. It's
It's
embarrassing.
always
Terrible.
something, bro.
Yeah, we
Shit
can't
like
get
that.
out of our
Something.
own way for nothing. We
oh
can't.
my God.
We can't. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we're cursed.
Feel like it. We are.
That's the reality. of
We
it,
are,
right?
bro. We are.
Yeah.
We don't blow nobody out. We don't put games away. We in every game. It's man. It is so. It's like being in a bad relationship with this team, bro. It's like being in a bad. You know what I'm saying? Like being in a bad relationship being a Washington football fan.
It's a
Like
toxic,
you-
it's a
It's toxic, bro.
relationship.
It is, man.
That's why I
It
get
is.
upset the way I do, man. Because I see these, like I said, I see these other teams, and I look at the LA Chargers, and I'm looking back, and I'm like, damn, I'm looking at Urban, I'm like, damn, we could have drafted.
Yep.
We
Yep.
could have
Oh,
drafted.
don't do that to
No
yourself.
disrespect to Chase Young. No disrespect. But again, like I said, I wasn't. Look here, I wanted to trade the pick back. So but it is what it is, man.
It really
we gotta live what we
is.
need to live with.
The beautiful thing, family, is that we, unlike the Washington football team, have the most loyal fans, and we appreciate them so much for supporting this show. If you have not already, we definitely want to remind you to please smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your kids. The No Cap Sports Show is here. And so, with that,
We got my man J Dub
We got
back.
my man Jay
Yeah,
Will
I'm back.
back.
I had some
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
I
Man.
definitely want to hear what he got to say.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
yeah, you want to give your storylines, bro?
Yeah.
go.
So
Let's do it.
my first one was the Boston Red Sox. Man, I'm highly impressed with the Red Sox. I had actually had them losing to the Yankees in the play-in game. So for them to win that game, and then they got beat game one. We talked about this a while ago, fellas. Like, we all agree we like the Tampa Bay Rays team they had. You know what I'm saying? And they lost that first game, and I was kind of like, see, I don't think Red Sox got enough. But, bro, they came back and did the backdoor sweep. And, boy, look, the Red Sox, they on fire right now.
That's
And
what
I
they
got to
do.
give it to them, man.
Yes.
They got 3 pitchers I'm highly impressed with. I like Eovaldi, I like Pavetta, and I like Chris Sale. Ron, I see, hey, look,
You've been struggling.
Eovaldi he has, but, bro, he's
No,
shown
Sale.
way more good than bad.
Yeah.
Way more good than bad. Now, Chris Sale did struggle in the game he pitched against the Rays. But
Yeah, but he a monster though.
that's
He
what
a
I'm saying.
monster.
Chris Sale,
Yeah,
somebody
he a
you're not
monster.
worried about.
He a
You're not
monster.
worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
He a
And then they
monster.
got bats as well. Like, not just pitching, they got bats.
Was it
Like
Beavers?
Rafael Devers, they got Xander Bogaerts, they got JD Martinez, they got even
Loaded.
they damn catcher. Vasquez. Like them boys got some bats. You know what I'm saying? And then my second storyline was just the NFL in general. I don't know if y'all touched on it, but I mean, bro, the NFL wide open right now, man. Like AFC, NFC divisions. I mean, like it's just wide open, bro. And then I looked at something. I was gonna send it in the group, but I wanted to save it for the show. So remember, we were saying the NFC East was like the worst division, right? Well, I was looking. I think it's the AFC
South. Absolutely
terrible.
Absolutely
terrible. They took the crown as the worst division.
I knew it was going to be that before the season started.
I mean, that division is just it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys, man. Like, I'm impressed.
Go ahead.
I can't stop speaking on it, man. I'm loving the way Kyler Murray and those Cardinals playing right now, bro. Like, that was my preseason MVP, man.
You said it, bro.
I love the way they playing, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I get it. They're a couple plays from losing, like, I think 2 games, but hey, man, good teams find a way to win.
It might be the new Seattle.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
it might be the new Seattle of the West.
And I hope it ain't the Seattle of recent where they start off 5 or 6 in a row. You know what I'm saying? And man, like, I got to give it to y'all, bro. Like, I always knew Justin Herbert was good, but how y'all raved about him, bro. That young boy, hey, look, I give it maybe next year, bro. He gonna be preseason top 5 quarterback in the league. Like,
next year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's and then too, man, like what are y'all thoughts on the Chiefs, man? Like, them boys is
I already said it.
Exposed. Especially
exposed.
But
them boys, man.
Hey,
talking about they the next New England
track record. Right now, he'll come out with a system that's hot. Right. Nobody really draft for it. Once people prepare and draft for it, he's a one-dimensional coach.
Very
he
true.
Look at the offensive side of the ball.
Very true.
And it's over.
Yeah, and that defense, bro. That defense
can't stop nobody. I thought we was bad.
Nobody. Nobody. And then third. That goddamn Russell Westbrook and these turnovers, man. Goodness gracious, bro. Listen.
You knew this.
Listen, bro. I was just arguing with Arlon yesterday. Arlon and Sop. We were just arguing yesterday. And I thought about it today. I'm like, okay, bro, like, this is one of them times where he makes it hard to defend him. Because I was telling them, like, bro, it's just damn preseason. But I looked at it from an athlete standpoint. Like, I took away the fan mentality and I looked at it from an athlete standpoint. Bro, you're known for turnovers. Don't get up here in these press conferences and say it's just preseason. Who gonna do something about it? Bro, you got to get in the mindset right now that I'm gonna stop. Don't get in the habit, even if it's just preseason. Don't get in the habit of getting complacent with these 15 turnovers in 2 games. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. And like, bro, I'm gonna be a Westbrook fan till he retire. I don't care. But like I said, bro, I'm gonna be real about it, bro. And I was even just yesterday. I was on the bro, it's just preseason, bro. Like, we ain't where he'll tighten it up, but bro, like, if you're known for something, you have to break that bad habit anytime you step on the floor. Like, like Ben Simmons can't say, "Oh, I worked on my jumper this off season." Then you get in the preseason, you get wide open, and you still scared to shoot. Like, you got to break that habit. It's only going to get better if you work on what you're weak at. And I don't agree with him saying it's just preseason. Who's going to do something about it? I don't agree with that.
That's at the end of the day, though. At the end of the day, little bro, look here. That's who he is, and that's who he are. I mean, that's who he is. At the end of the day, the fact of the matter is this: I told you, I love and I respect Russell Westbrook to the fullest. He doesn't cheat you, right? He does not cheat you, man. He gives you what you pay for each and every night.
Every night.
My problem with Westbrook is what you call situational awareness as a point guard. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? You cannot depend on him to make certain, you know what I'm saying, to make the proper play, you know what I'm saying, in the mixed up a game.
A crucial time.
Exactly. I.e. the fourth quarter, game 6, Oklahoma City versus Golden State.
I knew he was going to say.
I knew he was going to go there. I knew he was going to go there.
But you know what?
I knew he was going to take it there.
I just knew he was gonna say game 6. I just knew he was gonna say game 6 of something. As soon as I said it,
I knew where he was going.
Yeah, he just, you know,
Fred gonna be in a nursing home talking about that
shit. Game 6. You know, hey, bro.
I knew it was
I
going
might,
to
man.
I knew
I
it.
might, Mo. Shit, for real.
Hey man, Mo is funny, man.
I knew it.
Hey, Mo, I'm gonna keep that in the archives, man.
He gonna be like Eddie Murphy and Marlon's on Life, huh? Game 6.
Hey, nurse, let me put something on your mind.
Oh my god.
Turning the ball over right
Oh
now.
my god.
Hey, man, he
Oh
turned
my
the ball
god.
as you speak, for real,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Look,
This
yeah,
dude always go back to Game 6.
Always,
What's his
Hey, man.
name?
I can always refer back to that anytime, man. It's on YouTube. God damn. It's on YouTube. I looked at that Game 6 play about 50 times, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, J Will, hey, real quick, back in the summer now. No, I remember I'm Astros because remember I said the Astros gonna have a chip on their shoulder.
Right.
I said because remember they've been accused of cheating so much, and I'm definitely going for Dusty Baker.
Baker.
Come on,
No,
Dusty.
you did. I
Yeah,
mean, we talked
I
about
love-
we was like, bro, we love the way they assemble their team.
I love the Astros this year. I love them.
Astros
I
is
love
looking
that.
wonderful.
I want the Dodgers out of there.
Well, I'm a
sorry.
Braves fan. So
I'm
I
a
just love
Braves
Trey
bandwagon.
Turner. I love Trey Turner. So
I'm a Braves
I'm
bandwagon.
loving
When
the
we winning,
Dodgers for that.
I'm rooting for them. They saw losing.
Dodgers got
I don't even watch
Dodgers got a
baseball.
$5 billion payroll, man. For real. I
yeah,
respect
them
the
boys
teams that
stack together every
grind.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going with San Francisco and I'm going for Houston. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
We shall see. Yeah, I gotta find that. I gotta pull out the archives on that because that was a good convo we had on these predictions. Ron, you looking good on that one. Bless your heart. All right, fellas, are we ready to switch gears a bit?
Keep it moving.
Keep going,
All
baby.
right,
Good.
family, chime in on this one. This one, okay. Fred, you know. All right, you came up with something on this one. Which NFL Hall of Famer would you remove?
Mo came up with that.
All right, Mo, good looking out.
Don't give me the credit.
Don't matter. It's a good question.
That's a
And what
real
player
good.
Let's
would you
go.
add?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
so I
interested,
don't want
boy.
anybody to yell at me. I don't want to lose my card tonight. Okay,
Oh,
Oh, well, you better keep it.
I
to
might
yourself,
lose my
then.
card,
I'ma
and
put
it's
it.
okay.
No,
It's
go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead and say it. Go
Come on,
get
let's
it out
do
right
it.
now.
So,
tell it with
okay.
your chest.
So, right? Okay, y'all see I got the ladies out today.
Oh, wait,
listen,
wait, wait, no, no.
listen.
Come on.
Hey, free.
Oh,
Let's
Lord.
go.
Anyway, all right,
Molly?
whatever. So I love Megatron. I think he's a beautiful spirit. However,
Whoa.
why is John Lynch
Oh,
not in the Hall of Fame? I'm just saying.
Could be
John
there.
is in-
He in there.
John
He
in
is. He
the
just
Hall
got
of Fame.
inducted.
Yeah, he in there.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I'm
He just
positive.
went in there.
Yes.
Just got inducted
Like,
this
like
year.
I think in the same
And
class,
Derek
maybe.
Brooks.
He in the same
And
class.
Derek
Really?
Brooks.
I just looked it up and I just
No,
checked.
you looked at you on that AOL.
I must be using the same system John Gruden was
No,
on. All right,
man.
my bad. My
No,
bad.
he-
Yeah, John Lynch
man.
definitely. He
Alright,
definitely
never
on
mind.
for
John
that.
definitely
Never
deserve to be in shit.
All right.
I ain't even gotta look it up. He's in there.
The Lions.
Yeah, he in
All
there.
right, let's go, Fred. Roll with it, baby. Who you got?
I came
Go ahead,
first.
Mo.
Y'all.
Go ahead, Mo. I want to
Okay,
hear
Oh,
so
wow.
hey, so for me right now, my question would be like, I wanted to say one player that I didn't see play. When I went and looked at the stats because Trayvon Diggs is balling, I saw Lester Hayes' name a lot, and I was like, man, Lester Hayes ain't in the Hall of Fame. Nope, not. In
He's
the
not.
Hall of Fame. Hell no. Hey, Lester
Lester
Hayes
Hayes
is not in the Hall of
You
Fame.
know what?
He is
You know
not in the
what?
Hall of
He
Fame.
sure isn't. He sure because I heard somebody.
Lester
That's
Hayes is
crazy.
not in the Hall of Fame.
Look at
That's
that.
crazy.
That's not even my
Oh
future.
my God, man!
That's not
that
even my
dude
favorite
invented
player.
the bump and run.
He not in there. He not
And
in
he
there.
look. He's the reason why they banned Stickum on the hands.
He ain't in there. He ain't in there. A lot of
I'm
other
sorry,
players
bro.
in there, but no Lester Hayes. But the player that I personally watched from him play at the University of Florida, get drafted by Jacksonville. He had some injuries, early on.
Fred Taylor.
But this guy should be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm talking about Fred Taylor. He should be in there just playing for Jacksonville that long. Before player empowerment, that's what that looked like. All the people that say, hey, LeBron, stay in Cleveland. That would have looked like when Fred Taylor don't get a championship and he got to retire and don't get in the Hall of Fame. That's what no player empowerment looked like. But the player that I would take out, and I watched both of these players play, and they both were injury prone, would be Terrell Davis. If you're not going to put Sterling Sharp in there
Say it again.
because of injuries, then you need to take Terrell Davis out because Fred Taylor got about 5,000 more yards. He got about 6 more TDs, but this is the crucial point right here. Fred Taylor ain't played with John Elway. And before before Christian McCaffrey, it was Ed McCaffrey
Mhm.
and Rod Smith. He didn't play with them, and Shannon Sharp. He didn't play with all them boys. It was just him
Keith Burns.
and Keith Burns. It was just Freddie T for a little while. I mean, he had
Right.
Keenan McCardell and Jimmy Smith for a little while, but for the bulk of his career, he had players. I tried to look up the next best player. I couldn't even name it. I'm just being real. So to sum it up, fellas, I put Freddie T in there for being a professional on and off the field, sticking with that sorry behind franchise in Jacksonville.
They
And
were
I
good
take
then,
out
though.
for a little while.
For a little while, yeah. Mark Brunell.
Because he came in in '98.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time he was in his third or fourth season, the franchise was done. Like Mark Brunell was in Washington, Keenan McCardell had moved on to Tampa Bay, and Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith
he
played for the Ravens, I think.
Yeah,
Ravens.
he
He
had
went to the
some
Ravens.
Yeah, he went to the Ravens, and then he got out the league.
Mhm.
So for the bulk of his career, it was just ineptitude. But that would be my player right there. TD out, Freddie T in. So who y'all got, fellas?
I'll go next, man. I know the older crowd gonna give me a lot of heat for this, man. I'm ready for it,
bro.
So the person that I would put in, me personally, is Reggie Wayne. I feel like Reggie Wayne, he get a whole lot of love, but I feel like with him being kind of in Marvin Harrison's shadow, he didn't get as much as he could have. You know what I'm saying? Because this man, 6 Pro Bowls, one time All Pro, Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got over 80. He got like 82 touchdowns, over 14,000 yards. He had 6 or 7 seasons with over 12 or 1,300 receiving yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a guy with that, if we're gonna induct in Hall of Fame off of stats, let's keep it real. Like, Reggie Wayne should be in there.
That's what it is. It's
I was looking, like, I literally looked at the Hall of Fame list. There's like 368 guys in the Hall of Fame. So I'm looking like, I'm just focusing on his position. I'm like, who at his position is in over him that, you know what I'm saying? And I saw a guy named Lynn Swann, man.
Yeah, y'all stealing all my thunder.
And I'm looking like, okay,
Go ahead, bro.
I get it. Lynn Swann, he might have been a good athlete. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, but bro, he was on a damn good team, and you're gonna put him in for 5,000 yards and like 38 touchdowns, bro. Like, but you got guys out here, like I said, if we gonna do numbers, you even got a guy like Chad Ochocinco who got better numbers than that. And I get it. Chad Ochocinco was controversial. He was a disturb. Cool, but if you're gonna induct people in the Hall of Fame based off their career and numbers, guys like Lynn Swann shouldn't be in because he had the luxury to be on those damn good teams, and it made him look. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, bro, I agree.
Not taking nothing away from him. I wasn't around to watch him, but I looked at stats. I looked at highlights. You know what I'm saying? Even when I ask older people, like, who are some real good receivers? Everybody always say, "Oh, Lynn Swann, man." I'm looking at these numbers.
Star Wars is better than him.
Yeah,
they say both of them.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people say Lynn Swann. I'm like, bro, like, I'm looking at these stats. I'm like, maybe the game was just completely different. And 5,000
It was. Oh, absolutely. Definitely
great
was.
for them. Maybe 5,000 yards was great for them. But bro, like, I just don't see how a guy like Reggie Wayne, bro, with almost 15,000 yards and 82 touchdowns is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
I agree.
That's me.
Bro, I agree.
Well, I definitely want to take Lynn Swann out. Definitely. He was a great postseason player. You know, he was Super Bowl MVP. You know, and I think the reason why he got in was definitely because of those Super Bowls. Now, granted, when he played, it was a run-heavy league then in the beginning when he got, like, it was, it was a lot of running. But even as time went on and then the game changed to more of a passer-friendly league, he didn't play that long after that to pad his stats. Okay? Now, who I put in is who you said, Mo, my man Sterling Sharp. Now, just let me give you a few numbers if you don't mind here. Lynn Swann, 9 seasons, 336 receptions, 5,462 yards, 51 touchdowns, a 2-time Pro Bowler and 1-time All-Pro. Sterling Sharp, 7 seasons, 595 receptions, 8,134 yards and 65 touchdowns, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro in 7 seasons. His best season came when Brett Favre became the full-time starter. So I guess we can give Brett Favre's first time, the first year he ever started. You can get that all. You can give that all to Sterling Sharp. Sterling Sharp, and I've even heard Shannon even fight for his brother to be in it, which he belongs. Now he had a short career, but like you said, Lynn Swann. I mean, because it isn't the Pro Football Hall of Fame pretty much based on numbers, right? For the most part, that's how you get in numbers. And like you said, Jay, 5,000 yards, man, and you played with that, and you played 9 seasons. It all just can't. It's because of the teams he played on, and they went to 4 Super Bowls. And I guess the Super Bowl MVP was the thing that got him on top. And like I said, I mean, they played in a run heavy league at the time, but still, yeah, I'm definitely taking Lynn Swann out, and I'm putting Sterling Sharp in.
Okay, that's what's up, guys. Me and Mo had this conversation, and I'm gonna bring it right back up. Mo already know what I'm about to bring up right now. I would take Drew Pearson out, right? I would take Drew Pearson out, and I would replace him with Gary Clark. Okay, let me go through. Let me go.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, big bro. I'm gonna go with
absolutely.
The stats. Gary Clark, 699 receptions, 10,856 receiving yards, 65 touchdowns, 2-time Super Bowl winner, 4-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro. Right? Drew Pearson, 489 receptions, 7,822 receiving yards, 48 touchdowns, 1 Super Bowl, 3-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro.
Insane.
Insane. He pretty much had to beg his way to get it in the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Pretty much.
That's right.
Also, I'm gonna give you somebody else that I'm gonna give you somebody else that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame at all, or what have you. I don't have nobody to replace him with, but I can think of probably about 50 people. Joe Namath should not be in the.
Absolutely.
Let's get to that right now. Let's
whack.
Right now.
No question.
So y'all ready for this, right?
No question.
Career 65.5% passer rating, 62 and 63 and 4 as a starter, 173 touchdowns. But guess what, guys? 220 interceptions. Injury played throughout his career. Only thing he's known for was that guaranteed victory.
That's it.
Super Bowl,
that's it, bro.
Yep. And stuff like that.
Good job.
Get the hell out of here, guys.
Jets fans gonna riot. They ain't want shit. His name is left.
They have him, man. I told Free McNeil ain't walking through that door that day.
That's one of the worst Pro Bowl not Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame inductors that, bro. I looked at Joe Namath stats, but I didn't have nobody that could replace him. But bro, them stats are terrible.
Terrible.
And I mean that's stats that today that these same quarterbacks damn near get driven out the league for. I mean, media kill him, and he in the Hall of Fame for that.
But at the same time, Jay, nobody was throwing for like 4,000 or 5,000 yards back in the day either. Like I guess. You got in according to, I guess, how the league was designed, and
But all them picks,
but the league was never throwing more interceptions than touchdowns.
No. Listen, we all in agreement. He definitely don't belong there. Absolutely.
Losing record, and you got more interceptions than touchdowns, bro.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you something about another guy that I looked up, man. Gale Sayers too, man, because I was on them running backs. I'm like, man, if my boy Sterling can't get in there, and Freddie T can't take goddamn Gale Sayers, I don't give a fuck about that movie about Brian Song. He ain't even have more than like 5,000 yards, man.
He had a hell of a 7 straight years, though, bro.
He did.
Hey, so did Sterling Sharp. We can't start
monster
discriminating.
Sterling Sharp was a monster, bro.
Just because he ain't got a movie, can't put him in.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you guys this. Let me tell you my problem with these damn Hall of Fames, these elections and stuff like that, and these ballots or what have you. There's no way in hell that a beat writer or what have you should be voting. That's number one. Right. That's in terms of the NFL
Peter
Hall
King
of Fame,
and all them clowns.
Yeah, NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever. There's no way that these beat writers or reporters should be voting on anybody. It should be former players or current players or what have you. It should not be them. Because, like you said, Peter King is the end-all, be-all when it comes to the NFL Hall of Fame. And what you know what I'm saying? And if he don't like it, it ain't gonna happen.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let me tell you something, guys.
He kept Art Monk out, but go ahead.
Right. He did, big bro. Let me tell you something, man. You got Brian Mitchell, right? Ron
Steve
Mitchell,
Tasker, bro.
Ron Mitchell is second in the NFL in terms of all-purpose
All-purpose yards. That's right.
He
That's
hasn't
right.
been on no Hall of Fame ballot whatsoever.
Nope.
Right?
That's crazy.
Let me go a little further. Joe Jacoby, right? Left tackle, the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins. You all know, not in the Hall of Fame.
You can take Russ Grimm out. You can take Russ Grimm out and put Joe Jacoby in.
And you know that offensive line is famous for. It was called the Hogs.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can take Russ Grimm out. You can take Russ Grimm out because he only had 4 good seasons. Fred, you can take Russ Grimm out and put Joe Jacoby. Joe Jacoby had longevity and he was a monster.
Actually, bro, I would keep all up. No, let me tell you something. That was a pillar, man. Whether it was Russ Grimm, Joe Jacoby, Mark May, however you want to put it, man. Those were they were.
Yeah, they were. Trust me, I remember. That was my heyday.
Offensive lineman, bro. And I'm sorry, it shouldn't be one or the other. It should be all of them. And I don't get that. And Peter King on some different shit. And like I said, Johnny Emerson, you're absolutely right, bro. He did keep T.O. out because T.O. should have been first.
Of course, absolutely.
Should have been first ballot.
No doubt, no brain.
Yeah, he off the hook.
They got to
I
make
don't,
up
I
their
don't see
mind.
how people can put T.O. as a top 3. Some people argue him as the second best receiver ever, and he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't get that.
Well, that's because of Peter King, though. Think about, Jay Will. Okay, let's take all his shenanigans out and all that. Is he first ballot, T.O.?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All day.
All day.
And the only reason why he didn't go first ballot is because Peter King, man. Trust me. I promise you.
Even with the shenanigans, he should have been first ballot.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Hall of
That's
Fame
the T.O. show, baby.
Yeah, because what are we judging it on, bro?
Right.
Are we
That's what I'm
judging it on?
saying.
Are we judging it on performance on the field, or are we judging it on what happened off the field? What
Right.
the hell are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't get. Lawrence Taylor didn't get this slack. Michael Irvin didn't get this slack. Was Michael Irvin first ballot?
Oh, easy.
Was he first ballot?
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris
Easy.
Carter
He was first ballot?
Chris Carter
Yes.
wasn't first ballot.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't. It's
Yeah.
like it's a get along, go along type stuff. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
whole lot of
Situation.
politics in
And
there, man.
it is.
Of
Man.
course.
It's about it's about who you like and who you know and all this other
Hold
stuff.
on.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
think Michael Irvin was first ballot
Hold on.
because
Okay.
he left in '99. He didn't get in 2006 or
That-
2007.
you get in 5 years
That's
after
because
you
of his
retire, bro.
eligibility.
You
Yeah.
go in 5 years after you retire.
Right, but
So
that ain't. I don't think he wasn't
99. That's
technically
2004.
first ballot. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
2004. I don't
Yeah.
know. We about to
He
find
wasn't
out.
first ballot. Nah, he went. I don't think he was because he was on ESPN talking about it. He was
Hey.
on ESPN at the time.
Hey, Alvin, you're absolutely right, man. Yeah, you're right. They used to clear the lane big time, the Hogs. You're absolutely right.
Ray Lewis ain't getting it. Johnny said it. Yeah, Ray Lewis ain't getting that kind of treatment. Yeah.
Yeah. Ray Lewis
Yeah.
ain't get that kind of treatment.
Nah, Ray Lewis ain't get that kind of treatment.
But
But
Ray
I mean-
Lewis, we all know Ray Lewis is gonna get in though.
For sure.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, to their point, some of these other players it's the same way.
Whoa. Back up. Hold up, guys. Let me. Ray Lewis not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, what you say? Oh, that's what I thought you were saying. I was like, whoa.
No.
He was
we
first
said-
ballot.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
said we all
he
knew-
better
we all knew
been.
Ray
I
Lewis
was out
would
there.
get in.
He impacted the game heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, wide receivers. The thing about the wide receiver core, though, the reason I ain't touch on it is because it's backlog. Like when you go and you look at a lot of the great receivers, like when you start talking about some of the Washington football team receivers, Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, it's a lot of them that need to be in there.
That was
Okay,
my
but bro,
honorable mention.
what I don't like about it is how do they pass somebody like a Gary Clark? I give
don't know
respect.
either.
I give respect to Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holtz, and Marvin Harrison, and Reggie Waynes, and all this. Yeah, they deserve it or what have you. But I'm just, how do you? I mean, what are you doing? You bypassing the Brian Mitchells and you bypassing the you know what I'm saying, the Gary Clark.
Steve Tasker too, though, dog. Steve Tasker was a hell of a special teams player, dog. He was like a special team specialist.
You're right,
you know,
bro.
if that
Okay,
makes
sorry.
sense.
So should special
it-
team players, like, should that be a thing to get in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You impacted the game like
So
Devin Hester and Steve
Devin
Tasker.
Hester should be Hall of Fame. then, for special
Absolutely.
teams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Devin Hester,
But
Steve
Devin
Tasker.
Hester will get in before Brian Mitchell.
I know
Bill
that's
Brandon.
crazy. Now that's
I don't
crazy.
understand
That's
I
crazy.
don't
Hey Mo,
understand that,
hey Mo, I'm gonna let Google. This is what Google said when it says yes, but of course during his playing days, Michael Irvin was a first ballot Hall of Famer, off the field Hall of Shamer.
Good point, John.
Hey,
But I knew he was first ballot. Man, hey, listen, man. Hey, Michael Irvin was a monster, bro.
Oh, for
Hey,
sure.
let me ask you this.
That's the
Ron.
playmaker.
Do you think Dexter Manley deserved to be in the Hall of Fame? Johnny Emerson just brought up a good point.
I don't know.
Bro, let me tell you. But here's the thing: it's about impact. He had a
No
huge
question.
impact
No
for
question.
the
question.
past 9 years we watched.
Absolutely.
But you got Andre Tippett in there. Andre Tippett is in it.
Wow.
And I'm not understanding. You put Andre Tippett in there, and you got Dexter Manley off. Come on, man.
Well, you know why Dexter off. You know that.
Yeah.
Remember, they do a lot of judging what you did off the field.
Okay, but man, so what are we doing here?
I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's terrible, bro. Like off the field, like it should
Definitely a popularity
It shouldn't
contest.
matter. I mean, I'm not gonna say it shouldn't matter. I guess they want to kind of represent, the league in a good way, like the integrity. But bro, like, come on, man. If these guys ain't in jail for being mass murderers, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody have issues off the field, bro. Like you can't penalize somebody for what they did on that football field in between those lines for a mishap or something they did off the field. But everybody human at the end of the day, like
Right,
And
bro.
plus, you don't know them
guys that-
skeletons in them boys'
that,
closet.
that
There
made
it
you
is.
so much
Say it
money
again.
while they playing. You
Yeah,
gonna keep
I
them
mean-
out the Hall of Fame, like.
You think about John Gruden just got caught up in some email stuff. Now we knew something was fishy for a while, but you got to think it's some skeletons in some players' closet right now.
Oh,
Hell,
yeah.
we didn't know Darren Sharper was a damn serial rapist. That ain't
Oh,
allegedly. That
my
motherfucker
God.
serving time right now.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh,
been
bro.
going on. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You start peeling back some
Man, that was
players'
crazy.
covers.
So Mo, you thinking it's something like these guys know more about these players than we do, and that's why they're not in?
Probably so.
And that's the Manley case. Everybody know he was fucked up. Like
Yeah.
off the field, he was really fucked up off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But-
feel
but
bad
I mean,
for old Dexter.
I feel bad for him, but
I
that
feel bad
cocaine's
for
a hell of a
Dexter.
drug. You know what I mean? It had
Yeah,
Dexter
yeah,
Manley
yeah.
all messed up.
Okay,
Yeah, I
but hold on, right?
They had hey, your man playmaker now. Come on
Hey,
now.
the playmaker was tooted up, but hey, he suited up on Sunday, man. Dexter Lawrence
Dexter
went
Manley
missing.
did too, bro.
And he
Dexter
went
Manley
missing,
suited
though.
on Sunday.
Whoa. Dexter Manley was a monster on Sunday. What are you
No,
talking
Yes, he was.
No, like literally, he was gone. Like they didn't know where Dexter Manley was at.
No, we know he was at on Sunday though.
That's true. That's true.
Right, that's what I'm saying on
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's-
Damn,
Absolutely.
what you do from
And Lawrence
Monday to
Taylor,
Saturday?
Lawrence Taylor too. He was high during games. So
Oh
allegedly.
yeah, well we all know
And
that.
got allegedly got accused of raping and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah.
allegedly.
So they pick and choose
I'm not
who
saying
they
he
want to
did.
pin off-field
Yep.
stuff against, bro.
Like
if
somebody
you-
said, it's a popularity contest.
If you
It's
look
all
at it
about who
too,
you play
though,
for.
I'm just gonna keep it real, and I told Fred this off the air. If you don't mind, I'm gonna share this with the audience. Your owner and who you associate with sometimes can keep you out. If you look at it, right, a lot of these players associate with the Washington football team. Dan Snyder is not beloved with other owners. Like it's apparent, it's abundantly obvious. They love Jerry Jones, they love Robert Kraft, so their players tend to get in.
Good
But
point.
until Dan Snyder or y'all get another owner that's more beloved, it's a lot of y'all favorite players ain't gonna get in.
Of course, absolutely.
And you know what, Mo? To your point, we don't market like the Brian Mitchells and the Gary Clarks in terms of
Right.
being in the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
We don't. And look, unless I'm missing out on something, have you seen that, Ron? Have you seen Dan Snyder and the Washington football team market them and stuff like that, saying they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame and putting it all
Only
over?
Doc Walker. Doc Walker is the only one that shanks is him. It's
There
the
it
only
is.
one.
There it
Do
is.
y'all even
man.
have a Ring of Fame or something
Well,
like
we do.
that?
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a ring.
Yeah, we do have, man.
Absolutely.
It's a little ring.
It's
Or like a
like-
trinket of fame. You
Trinket
know.
of fame.
Okay, well, I realized that the article I was looking at was from 2020, so maybe that's why I didn't know that John Lynch was in the Hall of Fame. But whatever.
It's okay, baby.
fine.
It's okay,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Okay, so drum roll, boom, boom, boom. We have the Ron Rust rant of the week. Ron Rust, what do you have for the family?
Fred had to finish his cup.
Actually, you know what?
Fred has the rant.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go ahead and rant for Ron Rust today.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what I've been waiting on.
I just want to go ahead. And put this out there to everybody via social media, to all my guys right now. This has nothing to do with sports. Put the camera on me, Abner.
Oh,
Put the damn camera.
gracious
I'm about to put a Stephen A. Smith on. Put the camera on me.
Eat anime, eat
Put the
the cake.
camera on me.
the show ain't shit without Eddie King.
God damn. Look here. to all of the Chipotle establishments. I love you. I respect you. I love your food. I really do. I have an issue with you guys. When I come into your establishment, when I come into your establishment, when I ask for a double chicken and double steak, God damn it, I want double chicken and double goddamn steak. Okay? I don't want you to sit here and argue with me about, you know what I'm saying, that you gave me double steak and double chicken. Damn it, it's not your chicken and it's not your steak. It belongs to Chipotle. It's not that serious.
What?
Okay?
What is happening?
Also, all I'm asking, every time I go to an establishment via the DC metropolitan area and I ask for double chicken, double steak with a rice bowl, I get a bunch of flack. You know what I'm saying? And then you catch an attitude with me, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, because you don't want to give me double chicken, double steak. That's all I'm asking for, Chipotle. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for, babe.
Hey, you know what? I'll piggyback on that. Yeah.
You let
Hey,
them
yeah.
know, cousin.
And you know what?
Okay.
And I'll piggyback on top. Hey, Popeyes, I'm tired of every time I come there, when I ask you for an extra sweet heat sauce, you always act like it's yours, like it's coming out your paycheck. And it ain't coming out your paycheck. Give me my extra sweet heat sauce with my nuggets. I ain't got time to play with you. Oh, with you. Acting all petty over a sauce.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying,
gonna say
man.
this too. They be stingy with the honey for the biscuits. Okay.
Yeah, man. We got to come on, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better than that.
Hey,
man.
hey, you know what? I'm
Oh,
gonna stand
my
up. I'm gonna
goodness.
stand up for all these workers, man. Y'all know the good workers is at home collecting that PPP. They ain't work. They ain't at work. We got the motherfuckers that couldn't color in school right now working at these restaurants.
He said couldn't color.
Outside the line.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them cats, when we was walking getting diplomas, they was getting certificates. So y'all got education with these folks at these restaurants.
Yeah, man. They off the hook. They off the hook.
Fred,
I
you
mean,
said
look, and if
double.
you
They
wanna
was
get-
like, double? What's that?
Yeah.
Double.
Look, I asked for double chicken, double steak. They just give me one little scoop of that. I said, Slim, I'm not an infant. I'm a grown goddamn
Right?
man, man. Just
And the
give me
rice,
double
too.
chicken and double steak,
I
man.
know that's
I
right.
ain't got time to be
Rice,
sitting up there gang banging with you over no chicken, double chicken and double steak. Come on, cuz. That's all.
Great show, great show.
That's my
great
Ron Rush
show.
rant of the week, guys.
Ron Rush, Fred Keith ran of the week.
Yeah, that's what it became. Well, this has absolutely been a wonderful show. Thank you so much, family, for tuning in, fellas. So again, lots and lots of sports coming up this week. What are your final thoughts? What are you looking forward to see? And let me put the camera on me for a second. My birthday is next Thursday. How y'all doing? 10, 21, 21. Okay, I digress. Go back to it. Go back to it, cousin. Go back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a sports weekend. Like I said, you got the baseball postseason and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to Boston and Houston playing. Obviously, like I said, I'm going with Dustin Baker, man. That's gonna be interesting, man.
Oh yeah.
That is gonna be interesting. This time of the year, man. Like I said, this time of the year, man. The MLB, man, is mind-boggling. It is crazy. You talk about intensity and stuff like that, bro. They give it to you. Yeah, looking in terms of who's going to win between San Francisco and LA. Like I said, I want San Francisco to pull it out, man. I can't stand the Dodgers payroll. They've got a $4-5 billion payroll with every superstar that there is and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
But also, in terms of not sports or anything like that, man, I just want to thank the viewers, man. We appreciate you rocking with us each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We really do, man. We really appreciate it, man. And I think my guys share the same sentiment. I just want to say I love you and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you rocking with us, man.
Absolutely.
Our loyal viewers and stuff like that. But those are my thoughts, guys.
My thoughts is this is the best time for sports. All of them are in session, all the ones that we care about. And I want to give a shout out to the Braves. I'm the biggest bandwagon out there. I need y'all to go to the World Series, because if you don't, I'm not watching baseball no more. If the Braves, I'm watching the Braves. I watched the game last night. It was good. Old Freddie Freeman hit that thing off in the 8th inning. It was looking good. But if y'all don't win, I ain't watching that shit no more. So keep winning so I can keep talking baseball with the guys, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, the NFL is off the chain. We got some good matchups this weekend. Some teams' cards gonna get pulled. We're gonna see what's up with some teams. I'm looking to see if Mahomes gonna get that get back in Washington.
He is.
I want to see it. If he don't,
hey, Jay, when I'm with you, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know either. I'm with y'all. I don't know if he gonna do it
at all, man.
I don't know if he gonna do it. But that's all I got, fellas, man. And as always, it's great to be on here with y'all, and it's great.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a shout out from a true fan for the Braves. Shout out to my boys. My boys, you know what I'm saying? We shorthanded, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they responded real well. Like people who don't keep up with the Braves, man. I was talking to my mom last night. She's a huge sports fan. She love the Braves. And I was telling her, like, if we had Mike Soroka, if we had Ronald Acuna, if we still had Marcell Ozuna, man, the Braves would really be competing with almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like people failing to realize that Soroka is our second best pitcher behind Charlie Morton. Arguably could be the best. Like that young gonna be throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like Ozuna and Ronald Acuna. I mean, Ronald Acuna, you don't even got to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what Ronald Acuna brings to the table. So shout out to the Braves, man. Like Mo said, I'm real excited, man. Hockey starting back. I know a lot of people don't watch hockey, but I actually gambled. I took the Caps tonight, by the way.
You're a degenerate, huh?
Is Alexander Ovechkin playing tonight? I know it's a game time decision.
I think he is.
Okay, cool.
And then, like Mo said, man, some good matchups with football, bro. And I'm actually interested to see. I really think the Cowboys card will get pulled this week. I'm not saying we lose.
No.
I'm not saying we lose. The Patriots.
The Patriots?
I don't see that.
I'm not saying we lose, but I genuinely feel
I understand
like
where you're coming from. Yeah.
Game, bro.
The Belichick effect. Right.
I think that'll be a tough game for us. I'm not saying we lose, but I'm telling you, don't be surprised if it comes down to a field goal.
I won't. It's Belichick, man.
Belichick. And it's in New England.
And then like Belichick is big on like if a team is hot, he likes to make that statement.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, he is planning
Fred.
extra hard. You want me to tell you why, Fred? Want me to tell you why I think this? Because they struggled with the Texans this past week. They struggled with Houston. So what I'm thinking was, I get it. I don't think Belichick did this, but what I'm thinking was more emphasis was put on. They kind of overlooked Houston to put emphasis on Dallas.
Absolutely.
That's my thought on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that Belichick gonna try to have a game plan out of this world for Dallas, man. I hope we come ready to play this week. But that's all I got.
I do. I just don't see New England does not have anything for Dallas Cowboys, especially offensively, at all, man.
They don't got nothing for Tampa Bay, and they made it a good game.
Dallas is clicking so good offensively, man. They can beat you in a variety of ways. Yeah. I like how Dallas in a couple years ago just used to be a passing offense. You knew exactly what they were going to do. Now they got a balanced attack, man. They just beat you in several different ways. They got the tight end involved and everything. They got the running backs involved. They got a nice duo in terms of the running backs and stuff like that. Then you got Wilson stepping up as a wide receiver. You guys, hey, like I said, as much as I hate the Cowboys, look here, I'm not delusional, man. I know exactly what I do.
Yeah, well, I ain't delusional too, but I ain't gonna get him that prop. Fuck the Cowboys. But anyway, look, I'm just saying. Hey. I get what you're saying, Fred. Shit. Anyway, let me move along now. No, man. The biggest thing is, just want to throw a small teaser out there. Make sure you guys tune in next week. Alexandria, VA, stand up, tune in next week. Everybody in Colorado, stand up next week. Everybody in Tennessee, stand up next week. We're gonna have a nice surprise for you guys. I ain't gonna give it to you yet. But Alexandria, Virginia, make sure you show your support next week. We'll be promoting it during the week. But just make sure you stand up. We got a big surprise for y'all. And on that note, as I always say on my IG posts, with all caps, we appreciate your support.
Love it, fellas. I do want to give a quick shout out to my homie KTP, who is down this week. Hope you get better. And with that,
get better, fellas, KTP.
Yeah, with that, fellas, we'll see you guys next week, same time and same bat channel. Good night.
Peace.
away.